celebrate International Hospitality Day.
Sustainability is my favorite subject, and I could speak on it for days and days, etc. But I think that, let me tell you what's happened, and since you said to link it up with modern trends, as rightly somebody said, there are decades when nothing happened, and there are weeks when decades happen. That's exactly what happened during the pandemic. It was something that took us all by storm, and we don't know what hit us. Industry came to a standstill. Transport came to a standstill. Forget about the hotel industry itself. Okay, let's move forward. Let's move the clock forward. What has been the long-term impact of the pandemic on the industry or on the people? Before I come to it, let me say what is the long-term impact on people. The biggest realization to the human being during the pandemic was health and wellness, right? That my health is the most important thing for me. And health here took on a new meaning. It wasn't just about health. It moved from lifespan to health span. I don't want to live 100 years with my last 15 years on a wheelchair or whatever. I want to live a healthy life, right? And therefore we moved on to lifespan. And that is all about immunity. If this is all about immunity, I then realize that I cannot be well in a planet that is unwell, right? And that's where the entire thing about sustainability got amplified post the pandemic. And today, in addition to well-being or a derivative of well-being, and well-being has a whole lot of new connotations of what's happening in hotels with well-being. A gym is a very small part of well-being. And if you imagine that the gym is a part of well-being, it goes into diet, it goes into the air quality, it goes into the components that go into your food and so on and so forth. But I think sustainability is very, very important. What is happening in sustainability? I think that the world took a pledge that we would limit the global warming to 1.5 degrees of the pre-industrial stage, etc. We now know that we're already heading towards 2.4 degrees. What is the impact of this going to be on tourism? Tourism is about anywhere between 9 to 11% of the global greenhouse gas emission comes from travel and tourism. Bulk of this coming from the transportation sector, be it road, be it rail, be it airlines, etc., etc. But the impact of this on the impact of crossing, we all know that the gap, this 1.5 is going to be bridged, right? It's going to be crossed. And most estimates show that it would be anywhere between 2.4 degrees, 2.4 to 2.5. What is the impact of this on tourism? There's a huge impact. It is said that the number of days of extreme heat, which are beyond 37 degrees, would double or triple in many of the places that are popular with tourists. It is said that 70% of tourism is along the coast. There's a question of the water level rising. There's going to be shortage of food, etc. So the hotel industry must come forward and see what it can do. There are estimates to show that the hotel industry currently has an emission footprint of 5.2, and you talk it of gigatons of carbon dioxide emitted, right? We need to bring this down to as much as 3.7, but with business as usual, we will go to 6.2. To answer my question in short to you, the biggest concern for this industry, to protect this industry and to protect the economy. This industry is amongst the largest GDP provider, largest provider of jobs, 330 million, etc. It's important to protect this industry, right? The industry needs to take its foot forward. The industry needs to do what it can. And I must say that there's a Glasgow agreement that has been signed. There's a Sha Sustainability Hospitality Alliance. Cut a long story short, the biggest threat facing the earth, facing the true industry, where industry can come forward, is tourism. And tourism must carve out, each one of us must carve out our footprint and see it as to how we are going to move forward, and can we define our pathway to decarbonize and our pathway to zero.